Before I recognize Mr. Cárdenas, I want to thank the chairwoman for letting us wear jeans and boots today. Now I'll recognize Mr. Cárdenas for 5 minutes.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Really appreciate this opportunity, but I really want to thank somebody who I owe my life to, Congressman Pfluger. Thank you for getting us here safely. Our flight from McAllen to DFW to get to Midland didn't work out very well, so he swiftly commandeered a flight here, and it was good and smooth, and he didn't fly it for us. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. You do fly, right? He does fly. But again, I think it's really important for us to understand that we're here as Americans. We're all members of Congress. We're very blessed to represent our various communities. Yet at the same time, we come together, and sometimes we do argue, fuss, and fight, but it's because we have the best interests of all of you at heart. And when I say all of you, as the United States of America, I think that we all understand that we carry on our shoulders to be the shining example to the world, and how when we do our best, we definitely are the best. And it's not from a place of ego, it's just a place from being blessed to have a country of innovation like no other, to have a country that is willing to get into the eye of the storm and come out in a way that we make the world a better place for everyone. So with that, I just want to say thank you for bringing us together in your beautiful community here. And I do have jeans, but no boots. When I was single and much more successful, I got a pair of boots made for myself, but that was a long, long time ago. But I did wear the jeans. American Energy Expansion, Improving Local Economies and Communities' Way of Life, which is the title of today's hearing. But I think it's really important for all of us to understand that we can do all of that, and we have been doing all of that in many, many ways. But the fact of the matter is the world is changing, and we are having an impact on the environment. And we must move forward in a way where we can actually have it all, and we can. But that means we have to be looking at all energy opportunities. And as was mentioned by my colleague from California, Texas is doing it bigger than better in many ways with many different energy sources. And so making sure that we can do it right, I want to use one example that we cannot repeat. For example, when it comes to the 2017, it was Kinder Morgan, announced its Permian Highway pipeline that would be routed through the Texas Hill Country. Despite citizens' protests and lawsuits filed, construction on the pipeline did begin. And in March of 2020, an accident during construction caused about 36,000 gallons of drilling fluid to spill. It contaminated the groundwater, which local families depended on, and the drinking water source that they depended on as well. And it had lead hazardous materials in the drilling fluid, and it was regarded as a carcinogenic to humans. Contaminating the drinking water is something, like I said, we can do things right. And we have to make sure that we hold everyone accountable to do it right and to actually finish the job in a way that doesn't leave behind any catastrophe or anything that would actually cause harm to our communities. As the title of this hearing is Way of Life. And it's important that we all understand that we can do it better, and we can make sure that we hold everyone accountable. Today, we are hearing from 4 witnesses who are giving different perspectives of how to do it right, what we're doing right, and what we need to do better. I want to use an example of my father. I'm the youngest of 11, and my father came from Mexico, and he spoke very little English, and he was a man of very few words. And one day, I asked him what it was like. I don't remember why I asked him this question. I must have been watching TV, and there was some crop dusting going on over the fields. And my father started in this country as a farm worker. He only had a first-grade education. He was proud of being a hard-working man. And I said, Dad, what would you do in the fields back in the 40s and 50s when you were a farm worker when they were crop dusting? He said, son, we just put a rag over our face and we just kept working. Well, obviously, that's not good for the people working in the fields. It's not good to have practices. Today, we know better. We know how to do things better. Science has brought us a long way. We have practices that we should be practicing that we used to do in the past that we shouldn't be doing today. No one should be subjected to that kind of environment in the workplace. And so what I'm here to say is that we want to come together and make sure that the United States continues to be the leader and also the shining light for the rest of the world to make sure that tomorrow is better than today. And I have grandchildren. I was just looking at their pictures a few minutes ago that was sent to me, and I want their world to be good and better than it was when we got here. So with that, my time has expired, Mr. Chairman. Really appreciate this opportunity, and thank you so much. I yield back.
I thank the gentleman, and we now conclude with member opening statements. There are other members coming due to the flight delays. They will get here when they get here, and will participate at that point.